Hi guys, how are y'all? I just wanted to say welcome back to our channel and to let you guys know that we are going to be starting a new series here on this channel in addition to the family vlog that we do, and that is an American Sign Language series. It is going to be my way of hopefully helping others who may be interested or just curious about what American Sign Language is, what it looks like, what some of the signs are, those kinds of things. So today will be just a very basic beginner video about the ASL. Also, in addition, it would also have a little bit of our history, or not our history, my history with it. I was born deaf with the progressive hearing loss. And so that means that I was able to hear better when I was younger, as I was acquiring the unspoken language than I can now. I wear hearing aids. I'm not sure if you're able to see them. Most normal people actually have their ear molds in their ear, but since these are brand new, they hurt like the dickens. So I've got to kind of pop them out just a little bit until I'm able to get back into the audiologist to fix it. They're just tearing the inside of my ears up. Went off on a tangent. So let's get back on track here. So I have worn hearing aids my whole entire life. We found out when I was 3 that I was unable to hear what other children were able to hear at that time. It was then that we started introducing sign language, and I'm so grateful to my parents that were on board with not only using spoken English at home, they also encourage using sign. Now, as the years progressed, my hearing has gotten worse. In addition to learning sign, I also took very, very intensive speech therapy from the time I was 3 until I was about 18. And it was a lot of speech therapy, not only at school, but also at home. My family are all hearing. I consider myself deaf. Even though I can speak very well, I still consider myself deaf. I am very proud of who I am. I am very proud of my deafness. It wasn't always that way. It wasn't until I was 16 that I fully 100% accepted that my deafness was a good thing. We have been using sign in my own home with my husband and my children. Now, they are not as fluent as they should be after being with me, but that is my fault because I make it easy on them. I usually wear my hearing aids 95% of the time, and we do use a lot of spoken language. Now, my children do know sign, and my husband do know sign, but it's not up to par to where it needs to be. So I'm hoping this series will help encourage me to pick up my hands more, because I know as I get older, I'm going to need it. And plus, it is an amazing tool to have when you're out in public and you need to kind of let your children know when to get back on track with behavior. So that is a little bit of history on me. Now some history on the ASL side, or not really history, but more of some information. American Sign Language is a lot like spoken language in the fact that it does have its own word structure. It has its own slang. It has its own concept. It has its own box of set of rules that you need to follow. So it is a language. It's a bona fide, certified, it is a language. Its sentence structure is different than the English language. And the easiest example I can come up with, in the spoken language, you would say, the red ball. But in ASL, the way you would start with the big picture and go to the small. And so you would say, around variation, you would say, like, the ball red is over there. Or the ball is red. A lot of the identifiers like the and it, are, and those small kind of words are not really in the ASL sentence structure. It also is very conceptually based. It is very much a picture-based type language, and It is very, very much body language. It is very much about your facial expression. It's very much about how you're standing some way. Your body language and your facial expression are important to the ASL language. And not all ASL is not universal. It's not even universal as far as one region has different signs for something as opposed to a different region. For example, I live in Texas. I've grown up in Texas, born and raised in Texas, and I have lived in two different states thanks to my husband being military. We lived in Georgia, and then we lived in Tennessee. In all three places, there were different signs, different words. I also have friends that lives in North Carolina that are deaf, and they use different signs. Just like in Texas, you have different accents. You can usually tell people who are from the Fort Worth area as opposed to those who are from the Dallas area. You can usually tell West Texas accent from the East Texas accent. There's accents all over the place, such as the same with American Sign Language. So the signs that I'll be showing you are the signs that I grew up learning, the signs that we use here in the household, and that my friends from this area are able to use. So that's a little bit of the history on that too. Okay. Alright, so the very first video, we are going to focus on the very, very basic of the alphabet and the numbers. I know that some of you may already know the sign for these, but there may be some who do not. And as each series progresses, I would like to add basic vocabulary group, and then we'll continue on to maybe some sentences and things like that. So here we go, the very basics. We're going to start off with the ABC, and so it's going to go A. Make sure you guys can see. You got your A, you got your B, there's your C, and there's your D. Then you have your E. Now some people do their E's with their clothes like this. There are some, I'm not very good at it, but there are some that do their E's like this. It's kind of like shorthand. Or they do their E's like this. My E's have always been like this. There's no right or one of those three you can do, which one's most comfortable for you. E. Then we have F. That's what it looks like on the side. F. Then you have G. I've seen some people do the G where it faces out, and for me that's incredibly uncomfortable. But you may see the G where it faces out. I have always, and a lot of my friends, when we sign, have always done our G's like this. It's whichever is comfortable for you. This one's for me. So we've got G. We have H. Again, like the G, I have seen the H facing out like that. I don't see it as often, but again, comfortable issue for me, I do the H like this. And then you have your I. You have your J. And you have your K. This is going to be the easiest way I can describe is if you make the number 2 and then put your thumb in the middle and then put it to the side. K, L, M, N, O. That's your O. This is what it looks like. O. P. P is just like your K, only you're going to point it down. So you got your P. Q. Q is the same finger shape or hand shape, I should say, as your G, where it looks like where you have these two, and then you just point, but you're pointing it down. There's your Q. R, just cross your fingers. S, it's like you're making a fist. T, U, B, W, X, Y, Z. So that will be your alphabet. Now, as far as your numbers go, from 1 through 25, they each have their own kind of hand shape, but after that, it's kind of repetitive after that. So I will do 1 through 25, and then after that it will be, or actually really 1 through 30. Then I'll show you like 30, 40, 50, 60. With the numbers, there is one kind of confusing for some hearing people or some new beginners with learning sign. When you see the number 6, it looks very, very remarkably like the letter W. And a lot of times the concept will tell you which one it's going to be, but it's also a very subtle change in the sign. So, for example, this is going to be your sign for 6. All you do is you take your pinky and your thumb and you push them together. So there's your number 6. Now, for the letter W, you tuck that pinky in behind your thumb. So you've got your letter W, you've got your number 6. Yeah, I've also seen 6 like this where your thumb comes at the top. Again, my pinky doesn't quite feel comfortable doing that, so I just push them together. But that's that subtle change. There's a lot of little subtle changes in some of the signs in ASL that are kind of confusing. So that's why you kind of have to watch and practice and feel confident. So here we go. We're going to start with numbers 1 through 10, which is relatively simple. We got your 1, your 2, your 3. Do not do this for 3. We will think you're saying W, and we're going to get kind of confused. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I have seen some people sign with the 1 through 5 facing them. Depending on the situation and the topic of conversation, as far as like maybe if I'm interpreting or if I am kind of making a list of things, I will turn my hand in towards me. But I've also seen it people counting like this when they're counting things off, like 1 duck, 2 duck, 3 duck, that kind of thing. Either way is acceptable, but a lot of times you'll see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6 will kind of come out. That way you can kind of see which finger you're counting with it. Your 9, and an easy way to remember 6 through 9 is 6 is going to be your smallest number. 9 is going to be your biggest number. So your small number starts, you're going from small to big. So you got 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 10, you're getting a thumbs up sign and you're shaking it. 10. Now, 11 is going to be, you take your pointer finger and you flick it up. 11. Then you have 12. 13, you're going to do the number 3, facing your palm this way. And you're going to tap these two. So you got 13. Same thing with 14 and 15. You're going to do the 4, bring it in. 5, bring it in. So you've got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. With 16 through 19, you're going to flick your wrist. And basically what you're saying is 10, 6. So you're going to do 16, which is going to be, you're going to flip, you're going to start with your 10 and then face out with your 6. You can also see it as 16, where you just take your pinky and just shake it. 16. I've also seen where you start off with your 6 and just shake it, 16. So I have done all of these, all that, all this stuff. So basically, the 3 different ways that you can do 16, 17, 18, and 19 is you can do 10, then the number, lick your little, like the finger that is on, or start off with the 6 and shake it. So you can do 16, 17, 18, 19. You can also do 16, 17, 18, 19. You can also do 16, 17, 18, 19. So there's 3 different ways you can do that, and all 3 will be acceptable. For 20, you're taking your 2 fingers, your thumb and your pointer, and you're just pushing them together for 20. This is going to be 20. Then you can do 21, which is going to be 2, 1. A lot of times you'll see it in the shape you do, like the kind of the gun shape, and then you just do 21, 21, 21. Or you can also do 21. You have 22. You're just going to bounce it. You do your 2. You're going to go 22. You have 23. Or take this finger and do 23. You have 24. I'm so sorry. You have 24. And then for 25, you're going to do the 5 hand, and you're going to shake the middle. 25. Then I'm going to show you the other way. Instead of just doing the 2, 6, you can also do the gun hand right here, or the L. I should say the backwards L. You can do the L and do 26, 27, 28, 29. Once you do that, you hit 30. And by then, I'll just show 30, 40, 50. You got 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. You got the daddy? Yeah, 90. Sorry, KK's helping me. And to sign 100, you can do 100. So you do your 1 and pull back the C. 1, 0, 0. And that's how you would sign 100. So that's. I don't know. So that includes our ASL tutorial for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found it helpful. And if you have any comments or suggestions, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you in our next video. Bye. You're goofy.